Thanks once again for dropping by the channel. If you like the content, if you're new to the channel, please hit subscribe, share the video if you enjoyed it, if you felt it was useful. Now let's get into this. So Joshua Buatsi stops Marko Calic in the 7th round. The Calic corner threw in the towel, or got up on the ring apron, threw in the towel after the 7th round in what was a this was a competitive fight. This was a good fight to watch. This was a fun fight to watch for the first 4 rounds. It was competitive. Calic, I had seen some of his amateur fights. He looked okay. He looked like a decent shout. I knew, given the fact that he fought Babic and given some of the weights he'd weighed in for some of his earlier pro fights, this was a big guy. This was a naturally bigger guy than Joshua Buatsi. This was a very big light heavyweight. So I knew he would be technically quite good and that he would be a lot bigger than Buatsi. Alright, so I thought it might be a bit of a banana skin. You know, Buatsi out of the ring for a while, ring rust. And, you know, Buatsi, I've always felt he could do super middleweight, but he chose to campaign at light heavyweight. So I kind of thought, okay, this could be a bit of a banana skin. Then I looked up a fight last night, actually, of Calic. It was a pro fight. I forget the guy's name he was fighting, but he was fighting in some small hall centre. He looked terrible. He looked absolutely atrocious. Defense all over the place, and I thought, okay, he's going to get lit up. He's going to get lit up. Subsequently, I found out that was on 6 days' notice. So it's not a clear indication of how good Calic is. He's a lot better than his record. He's undefeated, or he was undefeated. He's a lot better than I was giving him credit for. You know, he came out in the first round. He showed that he does have some technical ability. He showed that, you know, he can move quite well. The ability is there. Lacks a few things. He's definitely a lot bigger than Buatsi. Buatsi, he was having issues early on. He was having issues with time, and I felt like his time was a bit off. The feints he was given were quite good, but in terms of just, you know, little things, like at times he was a bit flat-footed in there. Like I said, his time was a bit off. That was all early on. And early on, Calic was winning rounds. You could argue he won the first 3 rounds. First round was kind of a up-in-the-air round, but the next 2 rounds, the third and the second, especially I think it was the third, where Calic was really starting to take over. And you started to think, actually, you know, could Buatsi be in trouble here? Because his eye was starting to swell. And it was really the third round we started to take some big shots. We were looking uncomfy in there. You just thought, okay, wow, this could be a banana skin. Now, the 4th round came, and that was when Buatsi really asserted control. You know, he made the adjustments. He warmed into the fight. He won that round big. And from then on, it was just steady, a bit like how Buatsi does it. It was him steadily breaking down his opponent. You know, just gradually breaking him down. I think it was the 5th round where he hurt Calic, and it was towards the end of that round. He couldn't get the knockdown, but you could see Calic was a little bit shaken. So the writing to me was starting to kind of become more apparent as the fight progressed, that Calic was eventually going to get worn down, broke down and taken out. Such was the case at the end of the 7th round, where Buatsi scored a knockdown. I think it was more Calic voluntarily going down rather than being concussed. He got back up, he looked at the corner. The corner kind of knew himself that this fight was only going one way, and they got up on the ring apron, threw in the towel. Yeah, I mean, they probably would have pulled him out after the 7th round anyway, had he got to the end of that round, but the writing was on the wall. So, Buatsi, this fight will do him the world of good, because he's in there with a game opponent, someone who was bigger than him, someone who wanted to fight fire with fire, someone who was technically good. So this was a good learning fight for Joshua Buatsi. We've heard Sky, Eddie Hearn, we've even heard them mention Dimitri Bivol, believe it or not. I mean, if they want to kill the poor kid, then fine, put him in there with Dimitri Bivol. But if they want to actually take their time with this guy and give him the right fights at the right time, they won't be saying such silliness. Seriously, they won't be saying such silliness. In terms of, like, opponents, you know, people have mentioned as well, Anthony Yard. I've always felt Buatsi would win that fight, just personally. But moving forward, I think they really need to look at maybe the Callum Johnson fight, how he gets on with McAlkin whenever he fights Igor McAlkin. I believe that's a European title fight. They need to see how that goes. You know, at no point really fighting the Hosea Burtons of the world or kind of guys like that, because it's not really. I think Buatsi is a level above them now at this stage, so he needs to be looking to see what he can do. He's in a tough division. You know, even the guys who aren't world champions, I wouldn't go anywhere near them. Like, look at this, right? Look at, who would you put him in there with? Like, if you look at kind of some of the fringe world level guys like Sullivan Barrera, maybe because they've seen better days. Like, maybe a Sullivan Barrera, and I say maybe because he's seen better days. But if you look at someone like a Joe Smith, yeah, Buatsi ain't beating Joe Smith. Not a hope in hell. Ain't got no chance of beating Joe Smith. In terms of the champions, as I said, Sky want to say what they want to say. Yo, Buatsi was this. He was the Olympian. He was, you know, we want to fast track him. Yeah, no. Take your time. Don't fast track him. Don't be writing checks with your mouth that your body can't cash. That's the best way to describe it. I'm not saying Buatsi. I'm saying Sky. Because if you put him in there, like, I mean, I think they were teasing the Bivol fight. Like, if you put him in there with Bivol, I mean, yeah, good luck. He ain't, yeah, that ain't going to end well. All right, obviously. So, you know, it's a good win. I think Buatsi needed an opponent who was going to fight back, who was going to try and put it on him. And he passed the test with flying colours, you know. I mean, he obviously got his eye swelled, which is not ideal, but at least he was able to come through it. He was able to come through it and, again, do what Buatsi does, which is gradually break his opponent down over the course of a couple of rounds and then take him out. Onwards and upwards from Buatsi. I'd like to see Callum Johnson next, provided Johnson gets by McCalkin. We'll see how that goes. I reckon Johnson will get by McCalkin. McCalkin ain't great. So it would be interesting to see those two guys go at it, or even Anthony Yard. But I mean, that fight, God only knows. I mean, that's probably not going to happen. But in terms of like world level guys, yeah, no. Maybe an Isaac Chilember, someone like that, someone fiddly and awkward, someone like that maybe. But yeah, Joe Smiths of the world, the Dimitri Bivels of the world, yeah, don't put him in there with any of those guys. Seriously, just don't do it anytime soon. Anyway. So, you know, those are my thoughts on this. Let me know yours down below. Hope you enjoyed this video. Of course, if you did, please leave a like, subscribe. Of course, if you are new, really enjoy the boxing on a Sunday. It's a difference. You know, it's different. Obviously, I don't have work on tomorrow. You know, I have a few more days off this week, so I'm happy about that. So I can stay up and watch it. You know, Saturday nights are good, but this Sunday night is nice as well. You know, it's nice. I'm enjoying the boxing on a Sunday night. You know, it's been a good night. It's been an interesting night. So, you know, those are my thoughts on this. Let me know yours down below. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please like, subscribe. Of course, if you are new, share it if you haven't already. I hope you enjoyed it, people. I don't have any videos planned for tomorrow, but tomorrow's another day. We might get one out. So, hopefully we'll talk to you then. I'll talk to you, peeps. Peace.